know, there are so many short format video platforms now. So earlier when TikTok was there and then it was banned, then we saw the Instagram Reels. We have MX Takatak, and there's a Josh also. They're very short format videos. Now, how can all these basically these platforms be utilized by brands basically to have a product placement or advertising, or how will it basically work out? So I'll start with Ashwini. So how do you think these short format video platforms can be utilized by the brands?
Sure. So to start off, I think short form means different for different platforms, right? For TikTok and platforms like Instagram, it's somewhere 60 seconds, and for YouTube, 2 to 2.5 minutes is considered as that's short form. Now, why people tend to perceive short form content? I think nowadays in this fast forward age, I think everyone prefers a snackable content. The blogs have reduced, videos have come down, and all of these things. And today, I think marketers are taking a lot of, or they're leveraging this functionality to a greater extent. I'm actually reminded by Gordon Ramsay, the famous chef. He said, when serving dishes, he says less is more, right? So this was propagated by him somewhere 2 3 years before. He actually said that, and also, the most popular marketer I've ever known is Dave Gerard from Privy.com. I think, even in one of his LinkedIn posts, he did mention that if you can explain a product or a service in just one single sentence, I think that's all. That's what it makes it, a better product. So I one of the best brands I think I can think of at this point of time is YouTube. YouTube is a house of long form content, and their videos typically range from 2 to 3 hours also, right? And for them to include YouTube Shorts, and that going extremely crazy nowadays is I see it's a boon for all marketers. So I am a avid YouTube fan. I watch a lot of YouTube content. If I want to learn something, YouTube is my answer. I don't want to read, I want to watch. And now that my focus has shifted from YouTube to YouTube Shorts, I feel I can perceive the same content in the 60-minute span, in the 60-second span, actually. So this is a great platform to not just showcase a particular product or a service, but to also showcase your individual talents. If you want to build a brand for yourself, to showcase what you're good at, how you can do something better. I see a lot of different creativity coming up, because 60 seconds is a very short duration and you have to make the effective use of it. So I think YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels is something that's capturing everybody's eye, and definitely will be the future of video marketing as a whole.
That's right. Ashwini, anything like specific to the platforms per se? Like, have you explored that with your company in terms of advertising or promoting your products or services on these platforms?
Actually, YouTube Reels we did, YouTube Shorts we did.
Okay.
We did a couple of branding activities on YouTube Shorts. We seen the progress of it, and compared to YouTube, what we did was a very. I'll just give you an example of what we did. So I run a lot of webinar series. I had done a few webinar series in my in the past experience, and one thing that I did was to put these teaser videos basically on the YouTube Shorts. So what happens is the short form content, if you kind of create a funnel, the short form content kind of comes in the first phase, the awareness phase, where a person is intrigued by it, he wants to know more about it, then he comes into a long form content, which can be an interview or an explainer or anything like that for that matter. So I think short form is a great way to build that initial energy, build that initial liking towards you, and then eventually build long form content eventually.
That's right. So Rishi, can you come in here in terms of the short form? How can it video content that can be utilized by brands?
Yeah, I think Ashwini has covered quite a few points. I would like to add a couple of more points to it. Basically, like short form videos definitely can't explain the whole product, but definitely it is able to give the glimpse about what I'm building or what my team is building or what kind of service we want to give to our users. And this works very well in and like even in cost terms, it costs very less when compared to like going and doing a 30-second video on advertisement. So basically, this YouTube Shorts and the Instagram Reels, which Ashwini is mentioning, So basically, even you can partner with influencer. So where it comes, the cost of acquisition as a user comes quite low, and this works definitely well for particularly for B2C user based digital products. And there might not happen a transaction, but definitely we can see a good amount of signups or good amount of activation happening, a good amount of app installs for your product. This will help us to build that first initial touch point. So once you are able to get that user into your app or into your website, and then it's your jobs to convert him into a customer over a period of time.